realize ukuthi isikhathi sisesinganani la athi nje ngidelete konke kodwa la
bonke our listeners bonke emakhaya from all over the world, from South Africa yonke siyabingelela egameni lika Jesu ku Rainbow Gospel. Sibingelela ko Durban, sibingelela ko Mafunza, sibingelela ko Maritzburg, sibingelela ko Nquthu, ko Dandi, siyabingelela naseGoli. Siyabingelela egameni lika Jesu umgqibelo omuhle obandayo ngale Maritzburg hayi kumakhazi impela siyabingelela egameni lika Jesu nasentambama siyasho nje ukuthi uJesu sayinkosi usabusa akekho ongafaniswa naye akekho ongalinganiswa naye kubo bonke uNkulunkulu babantu akekho ongafaniswa naye nodalile izulu nomhlaba.
Yes.
Asiphinde sibingelele emakhaya egameni lika Jesu waseNazaretha. Siyabingelela ku Rainbow Gospel, siphinde sibingelele kubo bonke our wonderful and beautiful listeners everywhere in South Africa. Siyabingelela bithi eGauteng, bithi eMpumalanga, eThekwini, eMaritzburg, eDandi, eMpendle, eThekwini, all over egameni lika Jesu. NasePortshepstone siyabingelela ukuthi khona abazalwana abasilalelayo nakhona. Kumgqibelo nje omuhle obandayo le Maritzburg kubanda nje umzansi wonke but sizodumisa uJesu nje oyinkosi obusayo kumuntu omusha ku June month. Angithanda ukubingelela ubaba esanda ukujoyina naye sibingelele baba egameni lika Jesu.
Yes, hi, how are you? Hi to all our listeners, all of our listeners at home and the viewers on Facebook. Yes, thank you very much. We really bless God for the fact that you guys are here even today, and we thank the Lord for another beautiful and awesome Saturday evening. And yeah, it's been a long time. Some of you I haven't seen in a long time, and some of you were writing me and telling me why can't they hear me anymore on the radio and also on Facebook. And yeah, the last time that we were here, I think Ngcobo was here with you guys, and I hope you had a fantastic time. Yeah, it's a youth month, and the reason why we're here because of the youth. We're celebrating the youth today. We're celebrating all the youth rather today in the wonderful name of Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Yeah. So yeah, what were you saying? I don't know what you were saying.
Besabingelela nje ku youth month, bithi youth encane, amatini, youth ephathi nendawo, youth endala phela bahlukanise ngegaba but nje ku youth month celebrate abona kakhulu. So uJune wethu is dedicated more to abantu abasha, ukwakhana nokuqinisana nokudodisana nje ku youth month. Ukuthi yini kudinga sibheke sikhulisa kanjani sabantu abasha, sikhule emoyeni, sikhule kumazeni uNkulunkulu nokumesaba nokwazi indlela zakhe and nokukhula nasempilweni ngokwama goals esinawo, kwamaphupho esinawo nje ukwakha umuntu ophelele in all areas.
Well, yeah, that's very true, and we are celebrating the youth as we were saying. Hi there, and on Facebook, also on YouTube. Hi there, how are you? I'm not sure. Can you just check for us whether our listeners on the radio are able to tune in? Sorry, the fact that guys we were a little bit yeah, there was some stuff that we were busy with. I don't know what's yours. Okay, I thought we were saying something. And yeah, and we are here tonight, as I said again, celebrating the youth. I want to say hi to our Baba there, Baba Madlala, our president, and I want to say hi to the Umphatwa Badabasha, the chairperson or chap lady rather of our youth nationally. And I want to say hi to everyone that has tuned in tonight. We want to give you the word of God by Ngcobo, and then we're going to share some stuff with you tonight. And yeah, it is a youth month, so please on WhatsApp, please WhatsApp us Say what you think about the youth today. Tell us what you think about the youth. Tell us about your experiences during this youth month. Tell us what you want the youth to do and what you want the youth to engage in post the lockdowns and the COVID-19. So just tell us as the youth, and also maybe share with us what are the difficulties, the challenges that you are facing, that you still are facing, maybe whether it be school, whether it be university, whether it be work, whether it be just being at home. Tell us your experiences. What are your experiences? Will it be negative or positive experiences? And maybe they can be helpful to someone else who's listening tonight. So yeah, and thank God for the fact that we are able to come to you tonight. Yeah, and really share the word of God with you, as it is the youth night. It's a youth night tonight. It's a youth night. It's all about the youth. It's all about Umtomusha. Yeah. So Ngcobo, well, we had prepared something that you're gonna share with you guys tonight, because we don't want you to be here and don't say anything with you. So we wanna share some things with you guys tonight. We're gonna read the word of God, but what was in my heart tonight to share with the youth, it's really about the fact that we want to really help each other. I said to Mama Ngcobo when we were talking, I said, let us discuss, or let us have a topic that says, watch out for the destroyer of dreams. Watch out for the destroyer of dreams and visions of you as a young person. Watch out for the one who's there to destroy your vision, to destroy your dreams. You know, we're gonna touch on that, because I think as the youth, what we tend to do, we tend to not to be really cautious. We tend to be, like being out there and just, don't really pay attention to the fact that, there are people out there who are destroyers of your vision, who are destroyers of your dream. So you need to be careful of that. You need to be careful who you mingle with. You need to be careful who you interact with. You need to be careful who you are placing beside you or in your circle of friends. Who are there? Who's there? Who's there in that circle of friends? So you need to be careful of that, because you don't just have any person who's your friend. Don't have everybody that is your friend. You don't do that, because when you do that, I'm telling you right now, you are causing trouble for yourself. So Mama Ngcobo, that's what we want to discuss with the youth today, as watch out for the one who is the dream destroyer, a vision destroyer. Maybe just on that topic, what can you maybe just share a bit? Watch out for the destroyer of your dream and of your vision.
Mhlambe before we actually sixoxe nge-topic, but mhlambe siqale ngokuthi kubaluleke ngani to have dreams and vision.
Yeah.
Yes, ukuthi why is it important for one ukuthi abe namaphupho nama dreams empilweni yakhe. One of the things into eyenzayo uma ngabe umuntu enephupho, yabona nje kubalulekile if umuntu omusha ezukhula yehla kuma early years empilo yakho nje usabamba uyayeka. But as you begin to grow in the Lord, kubalulekile ukuthi you begin to search ukuthi inkosi umdaleleni emhlabeni, yini injongo wawunayo mhlazana udala mina or uhlanganisa abazali bami, even before the foundations of the world, what was the purpose yempilo yami. And that's where you find ukuthi your dreams and your goals then emanate from there, as you begin to search intando kaNkulunkulu ngempilo yakho. You begin to find
we always have a problem. No, you are still in the same position. Come close to them.
Okay.
Yeah. No, don't worry about it. She's still, yeah.
She's still new.
Yeah. No, she's not new. No, she's not new. It's just that every time when she comes and sits here, she sits very far from the mic. Okay. And then when we have to, so it's very difficult for those that are listening on radio to really hear your voice.
I'm close enough.
Will we hoping that you are close enough?
Be close enough.
Will we hoping that you are close enough? Yeah, just move with the chair. Thank you very much. We really appreciate it.
So faka umhlabeleli.
No.
Distraction.
No, it's not a distraction. It's just that you have to be close to them so that people on the radio can really hear your voice very clear.
Yes, I'm just saying, phela uba nenkonzo nothi mengakune distraction umhlabelo umana yalibamba iculo ukuze.
Oh yeah, but then we are not in
manje engungweyana akubamba umhlabelo.
Yeah, no, we are here in studio. So.
Yes.
Yeah,
so what I was saying was it's important to want to have ama dreams namaphupho because and omunye uzobuza ukuthi how do I know my dreams or mhlawumbe ngabe nginale iphupho but actually align it to your purpose yakho. It's important ukuthi ukubuze kuNkulunkulu kube into oyihluphayo ngayo empilweni ukuthi Nkosi what is my purpose ngempilo yami.
Right.
Because one of the things into eyenzayo when noma ngithi uhlukile umuntu onephupho one-vision, one-purpose ngempilo yakhe nomuntu nje omusha oyiphilelayo.
Right.
Because lo onephupho ngempilo yakhe who has a vision or who has a purpose osenoqondo ukuthi you know what angifani nabanye abantu abasha. It sets you apart ukuthi uqonde ukuthi yazi singakhonza sonke ebandleni elithize sibe abantu abasha mhlawumbe sothi sizalwa ngonyaka wodwa we of the age same group.
Yeah.
But as one you begin to understand ukuthi ngihlukile.
Right.
It sets you apart because you then understand ukuthi ngihlukile angifani nontanga bethu because uqonda ivision nepurpose yakho kuyakubiyela.
Right.
Because into eyenzayo ikwenza ukwazi ukuthi angeni la ngiyangena.
It also gives a good focus as well.
Exactly. It brings in focus ukuthi yini into ekudinga ngispende isikhathi sami kuyo nento engingadingi ngispende isikhathi sami kuyo because lokho engispende isikhathi sami kuyo it's aligned to my purpose. It's aligned to my goals.
Yeah.
It's aligned. Awuyikali nangontanga bakho.
No.
Because you have a goal, you have a purpose, and we are going to eyami goal. It might take 7 years, 10 years, or whenever. I find in abanye abantu. So then iyenza nokuthi.
Really appreciate it. So what is important to young people are the reason why we have these shows. I said we're going to dedicate from tonight up until next week. Sunday, we're going to dedicate the whole week to the youth. It's a youth week because it's a youth month. So we're going to do shows every day. We're going to try and figure out the times. But we're going to come to you guys every day. Whether we've got 2 people or 3 people listening, whether we've got 10,000 or 5,000, doesn't matter. We're going to come to you every day, every night maybe, so that we can really can make a really great impact to you in this youth month. Now, Ngcobo, you said something. You said anything that doesn't align with your purpose, don't waste time with it. Anything that doesn't align with your vision, please just focus on what you want. Because the other thing that is, I think that is a problem to young people out there is that some of them they succumb to peer pressure. Because there is also peer pressure, even in church. Even in church there is, we don't talk about these things, but they really do exist. Sometimes there is peer pressure right in the church. What can a young person do? Don't come too close. What is a young person do when they are suffering from that? Maybe what can they do?
I think as usakhuluma kunento oyirezayo. I-vision yakho, it's not ukuthi ngifuna ukusebenza ngifuna ukwenzani. But if it's not only that, angisho kanjalo, but nangokholwa kwakho.
Right.
Udinga ube nevision nangombono ukuthi yes siyakholwa sonke kamafunzo, siyakholwa sonke assembly, siyakholwa sonke faith mission kule branch, but yini engiyibona ngiyikona ngokukholwa kwami. Lokho kwenza ukuthi even labantu okholwa nabo, because uyaqonda ukuthi nala okukholweni asizufana.
Yes, asizufana, yeah.
Asizufana, therefore kunento kudinga ukukholwa kwami ngigade futhi kukhule.
Right.
It's not a mistake abantu abasha sometimes which they make is just siyokho ngathi bathola abangani enkonzweni. So for them it's a case of ayingohlangana nabangani bami nje kumnandi sokulohlabelela sitholize, but it's more of a social club ukuthi because anginabo abangane ezweni senginabangani basenkonzweni, but abanayo ivision yokuthi hey ngizile la. It's part of ukuza kwami enkonzweni nokuhlanganyela. It's part of the vision of building up myself.
Yeah, it's part of the building up.
It's part of building up myself in the faith. Okusho ukuthi nala kudinga ngiqaphele abantu.
And in faith and character.
Yes, in faith and character. Kusho ukuthi even nala enkonzweni kudinga ngiqaphele abantu engisondeza nabo. Ukuthi kule vision enginayo ngokukholwa kwami, are they contributing to it? Kukhona into abayifakayo
engibona.
Yes, kukhona into abayifakayo abayitshalayo engithi mengabe ngiyibona in 5 years 10 years ekukholeni kwami ngikona ngibona ukuthi yabona into abayitshala kwami impilo, I shall see good results ngakho.
You know, just sorry to interject. What I want to say to you out there, a young person, whether you're listening on the radio or on YouTube and Facebook, let me tell you this. Stop hanging around with people who are not adding anything, who are not adding any value to your life. Stop hanging around those people. If they are not adding any value, if they are not adding anything to you, if they are not adding anything to your purpose, if they are not adding anything to your vision, stop hanging around those people, because you are wasting your time. You are wasting your time. Sooner or later you'll be old, and and your peers will be like very far with life, and you'll be stuck because you're busy hanging around with people who speak negative, with people who have got negative thinking, because there are some people, Ngcobo, who just have negative thoughts. They don't want to venture out there. They don't want to have any challenge in life. They want handouts. That's all they want. That's all they believe in. Handouts. Can you give this free? Can you give me that free? Can you hand me that free? Can you borrow me that free? Everything for them is just free. They don't want to work for anything. They want to labor for anything. And when you are going to be somebody in life, you got to labor. You got to lay the labor. I'm telling you now, you never get anything. You never go anywhere in life if you're not willing to labor. If you're not willing to labor, you're not going to get anywhere. It's very important. You know what? This is spiritually. This is financially. This is even academically. So when you don't want to put in the labor, you are not going to get anything in life. You're not going to. What is this? We are not going to get anything in life.
Let's say it's George.
No, it's not George. I don't know what's my tongue is free. Yeah, but you're not going to get anywhere in life. That's all there is to it. That's all there is to it. So if you put in the labor, then you're going to get something out of it. But you don't want to put in the labor, you're not going to get anything out of it. This is something like when your spiritual life is out of order, when your spiritual life it's a chaos, when your spiritual life is a mess, that means you are not putting in any labor in your spiritual life, so you can get anything from it. So if there's no deposit spiritually, you can never have any withdrawal spiritually. So if you're not depositing anything spiritually, you're not going to get anything out of it. I'm speaking to you because we're speaking to young people, because these are the dilemmas, these are the frustrations that young people are facing out there. They're facing these. Sometimes can be their peers, sometimes can be maybe around the workplace, sometimes can be in the church. So yeah, this is what they're facing. So I think what is important, Ngcobo, is because we're gonna talk about, but don't worry guys, we're gonna talk a lot tonight. I'm telling you, I'm fired up. We're gonna talk a lot tonight. We are going to talk a lot because I've got so much to share with you. I was very humbled when I was asked to sort of like engage the young people out there. I was really very humbled by it. I never expected it. So I felt, you know what, let me just try and really get some word for you tonight, so that I don't want you to tune in and then you get nothing out of it. So I do believe and I hope that the Lord will come through for us tonight. So now, Ngcobo, now you said they should focus, they should have a vision, and then you mentioned something else.
Okay, uzongikhumbuza ukuthi bekwadile ufuna ngiqhubeke, but mhlambe kulento osayisho manje ukuthi gada ama-companions or abangani oba nabo in your circle of friends. Even when you look at uPaul, ngabe ethi, because sometimes abantu abasha they tend to bathi okay no kwabezizwe nami ngubowezizwe kwamajuda ngabajuda, so they try ukuthi okay ngiba nabangani. They try to use that verse ukuthi of the world ngiyabangani babeze because I become them. But uPaul why ne-vision nenhloso ukuthi why am I becoming that? Inhloso ukuthi ngibazuza. So now when you ugada abantu obasondezayo bazuza wena noma wena obazuzayo yini, because it's important ukuthi abantu obanabo do not be in the same level of thinking. Kukunikeza i-pride ukuthi imini engihlakaniphe kunawo bonke le, but that should not be the case. Kumele uhlale nabantu who challenge you. Those abantu, you always need to circle yourself or ube nabantu who are ahead of you, abaku-challengeayo ukuthi what, la ngikhona I need to actually wake up. But abantu abakwenza ube comfortable qhela kubo, abantu abakwenza ukuthi ayifethu siyafana sikwisimo esifanayo, abenza ninese amanxeba enu kungekukhula nibona izinto ngokufana, awuthi uqhela kubona. Because as a young person you need to actually ubheke impilo yakho ukuthi what, for years and years and years abantu abanjani engisurrounde nabo, and ube neqiniso lokuthi what am I getting out. Kunokuthi kuya-edeka kuyamayinazeka, phithi kuyamayinazeka spiritually, phithi kuyamayinazeka nje nasempilweni. Abantu esithi mehlezi sinabo we always see i-future nje idala. They don't challenge your thinking, abakukhombisa ukuthi ayifethu there is another way, bakukhuthaze uze uvuselele ukuthi what, singakhula sonke embali kubukeka isima ngathi nje sonke sophelela estratini. But search for people who awaken your dreams. Abantu abagoqoza amaphupho akho. Those are the people whom you need to surround yourself with. Abantu abakwenza ubona ukuthi what, I can do better. Nabantu ekukholweni ezothi bese esezwalanile nawe, sympathized, but akuvusa ukuthi what, khula phela. But mungabe uzofuna uhlala nabantu bazohlezi bethi I know
busy polishing your situation.
So it's important ukuthi whom do you surround yourself with? What are they adding empilweni yakho? Now what are you adding empilweni yabo? Because now kubalekile, it's a two-way thing ukuthi wena what are you adding? Because mangabe uhlezi nabantu aba at another level ngokwempilo, now it calls ukuthi what am I giving?
Yeah.
Therefore namdinga ukuthi ngikhulise ukuze nginikeze much better than lokho engikunikeza. So it's important in your circle of friends because they give you that focus. They give you that direction ukuthi okay, I am heading somewhere, or nje siyafana si mediocre.
So as you were talking, I was thinking this morning when I was driving to the mall, and in fact just before when I was preparing myself, and there's something that was laid in my spirit. What was laid in my heart was sometimes we tend to run away right when we're supposed to be eating the fruits of our labor. The devil will cause us to run away. Sometimes challenges comes. When challenges come, and then I tend to be uncomfortable. So when I'm uncomfortable, the easiest thing for a young person when they challenged and they are uncomfortable in church, because let's speak up within the confines of a church. When they are challenged spiritually, or when they're challenged in church, whatever, doesn't matter how, they tend to want to run away. They want to stay away from church just because they've been challenged. But what they forget is when you have been in church maybe like for 5 years, 10 years, you've been there and you've been fighting a good fight. You had your moments of ups, you had your moments of down, you had your positive moments and your negative moments. But what you should not be doing is running away right when God is about to bless you. Running away right when God is about to prosper your life. Running away but God is about to really burst out the purpose that He has for you in life. So the this morning I was sharing that with some viewers on Facebook. I was telling them, listen, hang on, don't give up so easily. Just hang in there, because whatever that you're going through, it might be troublesome for you. It might be a problem. It might be, it might be heartbreaking. It might be very sad. But just hang in there, because maybe, just maybe, it's you're turning around. It's around the corner. Maybe the fruits of your labor are just around the corner. So when you leave now, you leave behind all that labor. You leave behind all those years of hard working, of working very hard to get where you are. So what the devil does, Ngcobo, is this. When he sees that, your prosperity or your blessing is around the corner, he shakes your comfort zone. He shakes it up, because he wants you to get up and run. So when you run away from it, then he comes and steals. That's why the Bible says he comes to steal and destroy. So as we are talking to young people out there, I want you, before we go on, I want you to do something for me. Just look back at your life. Just look back at your life. Look how far you have come. Also, just trying to think. 10 years, maybe you have 10 years being a Christian. Maybe you have 15 years being a Christian. Maybe it's 5 years or 2 years, or maybe it's only 3 months or 6 months. Doesn't matter. But when you look back, are you where you're supposed to be? Are you really where you're supposed to be? Now, please be truthful. Don't lie to yourself, because it will be useless to lie to yourself. Are you where you're supposed to be spiritually? If you are not where you're supposed to be spiritually, what are the causes? What causes you to be not where you're supposed to be spiritually? What causes you? What is the problem? What is the hindrance in your spiritual life? Maybe where were the loopholes? Where did you open the gap for the enemy to come? What moved and shifted your concentration? What moved and shifted your focus? What happened? Is it money? When you started getting a job, then you had to call pride. You had pride, and then pride, because you have to remember, the Bible says pride comes before a fall, and the Holy Ghost before destruction. So what happened? Because the reason I'm asking these questions is because as we are going to go straight to the Word of God, I want you to really open up your heart tonight. Just open up your heart as a young person and be truthful to yourself as you're sitting right there. Whether you're sitting in a group of friends or you're sitting by yourself, just open up your heart. Really, just be truthful. Just make just do an introspection. Just turn the light just straight to your own heart. Turn the light straight to your own heart and just try to see what is in there. What is in there? Are you the same as you were 10 years ago, as you were 5 years ago spiritually? Or have you grown spiritually? If you have grown, be close to you. But if you haven't grown spiritually, maybe you have, sort of like went down. What caused you to do that? What happened? So I'm asking Ngcobo these questions because what young people tend not to do is to look back and track, their steps of how far have they come, what are their achievements, what are the losses, and are they where we're supposed to be at this time spiritually. They don't look at that. They don't, they don't look at that. They allow their friends to numb them from their reality. They allow their friends to numb them from reality. What can you say maybe regards to that? Allowing your friends in church, allowing your friends outside or your colleagues at work to numb you from the reality that your spiritual life is in danger.
It's really tough because sike sitshena ukuthi abangani bazikangcono,
especially on these social networks.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So sometimes we think they know best, but mengabe kuthiwa indlela ibuzwa kwabadala, it holds some weight. Umuntu ungambona emdala ekhulile uyitshela ukuthi hayi ayikho into engayithola again. But the fact ukuthi mdala ukhulile, it shows ukuthi useyihambile le ndlela. And sometimes abantu when we hear abantu abaphambi kwethu bekhuluma sithi hayi nje bayakhuluma, but bakhuluma ngoba they have walked the walk and they have seen the dangers, they've seen ama pitfalls, babona ukuthi you know ebusheni bami, had I done this differently, had I walked this differently, they are now ebudaleni babo seberipha lokho abakutshala. So they are at a better standpoint ukuthi you know what, mongabe utshala kanje uzothola kanje, yilesi isivuno. Abanye aba ebudaleni babo sebephila isivuno, because into kumele siqonde ukuthi whatever decision oyenza empilweni, be it good or bad, uyatshala. And there will come a point empilweni where you will reap.
Yeah.
And sometimes as abantu abasha we forget that because you know what, we live in the moment. Since I make decisions in the moment, this is how I feel, this is how I perceive. But I see me see you know what, whatever decision engiyenza ngempilo yami ngiyatshala. 5 years, 10 years, 20 years down the line ngizodla kuleso sithelo.
Yeah.
Be it ngitshale ukulalela, be it ngitshale ukungcwele, be it ngitshale ukuhlala ngisebenze, ngisatshala, I am going to eat of that fruit. But uma futhi ngitshale ungalaleli, ngaphila impilo engahlanzekile, ngaphila noma kanjani, ngiyatshala. 5 years, 10 years, I am going to eat of that decision. So umuntu omdala uma engabe eza nesiluleko, it's because batshala sebeyadla.
Yeah.
So uma engabe bekhuluma ukuthi leyo ndlela akuhanjwa kanjalo, wena ungabona ngathi awuyakhuluma nje, but it is because they are now at a point of sebedla ithelo.
Yes.
So they are trying to forewarn you ukuthi ayihambe leyo ndlela kanjalo. So it's important to say, you know what, whatever decision engenzayo as umuntu, I am surely going to reap. You know, you know, and kuba buhlungu uma ngabe umuntu esedla akutshala, cause kuba angathi umvusela amanxeba, but the reality is abanye bethu impilo esiphilayo 10 years or 5 years down the line, it is what wakutshala. The time amenza isibonelo nje, for example, isibonelo esibhlungu, but uma ngabe uthola abantu abanye sebe ama single parents, sekunzima ukukhulisa umntwana manje. But if ungaba honest, wayilalela iziluleko zomzali, the time ungayilaleli iziluleko zomzali and you took the decision, wawutshala ngaleso sikhathi. So now this hardship osuyiphila manje, you are reaping that decision owayenza unknowingly. Isitha into esiyenza senza ukuthi uyitshele ukuthi hayi ngenza decision just for a moment, hayi kuzodlula nje ngenza just for the time being, but not understanding ukuthi I am going to reap. And uma ngabe sengidla ngizodla kabuhlungu. You know kunento ekasho but ayanda wathi yazi isono yasikhokhela. Even noma sowuphendukile wesikhathi uthola ukuthi ngisakhokhela ukuthi ngona. So it's important as a young person to understand that I do not just live in the moment, but impilo, we are as a result of our decisions. Yes. Ultimately, we are that. We are as a result. Yes, kukhona ama element okuthi ngakhula ngazalwa bazala abanje ngakhula ku environment enjani, but at one point in your life there was a time for you to make a decision ukuthi yes ngizalwe emndenini ohlwephu, ngizalwe emndenini onjani, but what can I do differently? Right. You know, there was an opportunity. What can I do differently?
Yes.
So it's important as a young person to understand ukuthi impilo yami, it's about decisions and it's about reaping.
Right.
It's about reaping. It's about amanye ama decisions akuwa reaper a week down the line, manje it's a year, and it's sad mongabe so khunjuzwa ukuthi because it's unqumo wasenza.
Yeah, we started with a very harsh or hard note. I understand, and a lot of maybe young people out there will be like, wow, this is like, no, I mean, come on, these people are supposed to encourage us, and they're just bombarding us with all of this thing. You know what?
But it's the reality.
It's a very harsh reality, because even life out there is a very harsh reality as well. As you were talking, I was really thinking, that Bantabasha, this is what you should know, Bantabasha, kakhulu ngiyacela lokho, because ngibile umuntu omusha for years. Ngibe umuntu omusha. It's not just into 2 years, 3 years, more than 10 years. Ngibe umuntu omusha. Ngingakashadelwa, ngingakayinoshumayela. Then mase ngiyakamafunze, I stayed kamafunze like what, close to 7+ years. Ngingashadile. So I know what it is about umuntu omusha. I know the challenges of umuntu omusha. I know about umuntu omusha and get a car. I know the challenge that comes with the car, just because we are a single and you are a single man, and then now God is blessing you. You've got a car, you've got a good bank account. I know the challenges that comes with that. Believe me, I know the challenge that comes with the fact that I've got a car, I've got a good bank account, and I'm living by myself. I know the challenges. I know the tactics of the enemy coming to try to steal and destroy your purpose. I know how it is. I know how it works. I know all of that. So when we're talking tonight, we're not just talking because you're Ngcobo and Baba Ngcobo. No, we've been there. We've seen it. She, Ngcobo, maybe she hasn't told you. Maybe she'll tell you. She stayed by herself. She had a car. She had a beautiful job. She was earning a cool salary. But she was single, staying in a flat right in town in Pretoria. So think about those challenges. Being a beautiful woman, by the way, I mean, come on. Come on, you have to look at her and to see. She was, so she was a good catch, for some guys out there. She was going to be a beautiful catch for them. So these are challenges that you're talking about. I also was single for a long time. I had a car, I had a good salary. Well, you can say salary because, but I had a good, bank account, I should say. And I was living by myself, for years. You understand what I'm saying? So we had all of that freedom, but we still did not sin. We had all of that freedom, but we still did not shy away from the fact that we are children of God. We should live a holy life. We should live a righteous life. We should fear the Lord. It doesn't matter what our peers were saying. It did not matter what other, young people in the church were doing, whether they were falling and jolling and doing whatever that they were doing. It didn't matter to us. What was important to me, especially, what was important to me, it's my life with God, it's my relationship with the Lord. I think sometimes as a young person, sometimes you need to be selfish. Sometimes you need to be selfish and say, if you are going to do this 1, 2, 3, and you're going to impact my life in a negative way, I am not going to be part of it. I'm just not going to be part of it. I'm going to part ways with you. We'd rather not be friends. We'd rather not be friends in the house of the Lord if you are going to, because this is the thing. This is the thing. Some of you, friendship is more important now than your life with God. That's the problem with you. Your friendship is more important than your relationship with God. I mean, come on. What are you doing? Why are you being here? Why are you being here? You are here because you are a child of God. You are here because what is important to you then maybe, which was the fact that I want my relationship with the Lord to be perfect. And then along the way, you met friends in church, as she was putting it. You met friends. You met people in church, you became friends. You became very close friends. So now what is important to you now, it's no more your relationship with God. What is important to you now is your friendship. It's your friends on Facebook. It's your friends on WhatsApp. It's your friends on YouTube. That's what is important to you now. It's your friends at work. It's your friends, at university, whether it be, or it's your friend maybe in your neighborhood or in church. We want to challenge you tonight, young people. Go back and refocus again. Refocus again. Refocus again. Count your priorities. What is more important to you? Is it your relationship with the Lord or is it your friendships? What is more important to you? And that will determine also your prayer life. Because you can never have a good relationship with the Lord and have a very stinking prayer life. I should use that word. Stinking. Yeah, I should use that word. Come on. That's the truth. You can never have a good prayer life, a good relationship with the Lord, and have a very bad prayer life. It just doesn't add up. It doesn't work like that. If you're going to have a good relationship with the Lord, you need to have a very healthy prayer life. But the problem with young people, because they are so concentrated in Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, on WhatsApp, and then their prayer life, just suddenly, goes down. And when the prayer life goes down, then, the craving of sin goes up. I just said something. When the prayer life goes down, the craving of sin goes up. Because there's nothing that is stopping you anymore. It's like you have taken down all, the store, here in South Africa, stop nonsense.
Barriers.
Yeah, all the barriers are gone. All the barriers are gone because your prayer life has just gone down. So you need to be very truthful to yourself. Now, I'm not going to listen to waste time. So don't forget, our topic tonight says, watch out for the destroyers of your dreams and your vision. The first destroyer, let's get into it. The first, because Ngcobo is going to give us the word of God at the end. The first destroyer that I want us to look at, the first destroyer, be careful of the people who are Amnon. Amnon. Be careful of people who are Amnon. That's the first destroyer of your life. Because the Amnons out there, they are destroyers of purity. They are destroyers of innocence. If you can write that down, just write it down. The Amnons out there. The Amnons out there. Because some Amnons are in church. Maybe in the branch that you are, there's an Amnon. That Amnon is a destroyer. Is a destroyer of your innocence. Because when you came here and being a child of God, when you got saved, the only thing you knew in your life was purity. The only thing you knew in that was holiness. The only thing you knew in your life was righteousness and the fear of the Lord. Immediately when you came here, you were introduced to an Amnon. And that Amnon came and spoke to you and said, please, can I have bread right in the palm of your hands? And foolishly you did. And so Amnon took away your innocence. He might not have slept with you. He might not have slept with you, but he took away your innocence. What is your innocence? That purity, that heart that says, I only want God and nothing else. Oh my goodness. I only want God and nothing else. The Amnon spirit took that away from you. That's the reason why you are the way that you are right now. Because you were introduced to an Amnon spirit in the church. And then he took that innocence away from you. He took that purity away from you. Now you love the Lord, but the problem is that you still love the world as well. You love God, you love the world too. Because you were introduced to an Amnon that took away the innocence. You remember what happened to Adam and Eve. I'm going to give you just now. You remember what happened to Adam and Eve. The Bible says when they were there, the Bible says they were
naked and not ashamed.
Thank you very much. They were naked and they were not ashamed. Why? Because the glory of the Lord had covered them. Oh my word. The glory of the Lord was covering them. That's why they say, the Bible says, they were naked and they were never ashamed. But as soon as the devil came to introduce himself, when they agreed to eat of the tree that the Lord said they should not eat of, immediately their innocence was taken away. Immediately their purity was taken away. Maybe before I go on, Mama Ngcobo, let's go to that scripture. Let's go to the scripture right there. Let's go to the scripture because I want you to really research your thinking, research your mind, research your focus. That's what I want. That's what you want to accomplish from this show tonight. Research your focus, research your thinking. Because a lot of stuff that you're busy doing in your life right now, they really have no importance. They really have no assistance to your spiritual life. They really have no assistance to your vision. You know the vision that you had when you started, being a child of God. You know the vision that you had. But somewhere along the way, the devil has stolen that from you. Because he introduced a spirit that we call tonight an unknown spirit. And because you have to remember that unknown spirit comes to you as a brother. It comes to you as a companion, somebody that you can trust, somebody that you can confide to. But in other words, he was conniving because he knew exactly what he wanted. Be careful of an unknown spirit. It doesn't matter where it shows up. It doesn't matter where it shows up, it shows its ugly head. But to be careful of the unknown spirit, because those are people who are destroyers of your vision and your dreams. Let's read a bit. Let's just read a bit. Because we're not going to read the whole chapter, Ngcobo. We're just going to read, it's 2 Samuel chapter 13. 2 Samuel chapter 13. Let's look at that for a bit. Oh, Marabobo Shatala Babasaya. Oh, glory to Jesus. I give you praise, Lord, for this. I wonder if you're watching, and if you're watching, please, I want you to listen carefully. Don't leave this live show tonight. Don't leave. Oh, we're gonna, at the end, we're gonna pray for deliverance. For all of us, for us here in the studio, for you at home right there. We're gonna pray for deliverance, to be delivered from the unknown spirit. Because you need to be delivered from that. That's why it shifted your focus. That's why your spiritual life has gone down instead of going up. That's why now you begin to do things that you never did before. You begin to allow things that you knew very well that you're not supposed to be permitted in your spiritual life. It's because of the unknown spirit. The unknown spirit will come to someone who's proud of his youth, and rob that person of that. And then after the unknown spirit has robbed you, he lives with shame. Your dignity has been taken away. You know, your focus has been thrown off. You know, because what happened to Tamar, the Bible says, after Amnon slept with her, he despised her. He hated her. Because it was never love. He had no good intentions. He wanted to destroy her because she was proud of her virginity. So Amnon, because he was so jealous of it, because some people will come to you as friends, and yet they are jealous of Shia. Oh, glory to Jesus. They are jealous of your walk with God. They are so jealous, they want to destroy it. They come to you as if they want to be your friends. They want to be your companion. They want to be, in church. No. Be careful. Open your eyes, child of God. Open your eyes. Not everybody that is laughing to you, that is of you. That is for you. Some of them, they laugh with you, but they are not for you. So be very careful. Let's read that verse. Let's just read that verse quickly. Let's take it from verse 6, because I don't want to, I don't want to be very long. But let's read verse 6. Ngcobo, can you read it in Zulu, please, for us? Let's say it to Samson. Please tell me where your power, tell me where your great strength lies, and with what you may be bound to afflict you. Now look at this. He called him comfortable, and after being comfortable, now he asked her, she asked him, where is your power? Where is your strength? And what can we do to destroy you? Because what can we do to destroy you?
Straight to the point.
It doesn't get blunter than that. It doesn't get blunter than that. She just asked him, what can we do to bound you? Which means what can we do? Because that's what she was sent for. That's what she was sent for. Because every attempt of the Philistines failed. They attempted numerous times. They failed all the time. But then they knew, if we can just send someone who will make Samson to be comfortable. That's what the devil is doing to you. He's sending a spirit of comfort. Because he knows once you are comfortable, then they can see where your strength lies. You will even tell them. Because that's what he did as well. He told her where his strength is. Maybe your strength is in prayer. When you got comfortable, you release that secret to the enemy. That's why the enemy is blocking you from praying. Because you release that, oh my word, what am I saying to you tonight? You told the enemy where your strength lies. Now he's blocking you because he wants to make sure that you don't continue to do this. Because he knows if you continue to do that, you'll be destroying him. That's what he did, right? This is what Delilah did. Because he was sent to do that. Let's look at Delilah as a demon. Let's look at the kings of the Philistines as the devil himself. Because he sends, things to come and do the extra job for him. So that's what they did here. But all of that happened because Samson was comfortable. I don't want you to forget that. The secret in this thing, comfort. Because if he was not comfortable, he was not going to tell her. He was never going to tell her. He only told her because he got comfortable. So that means when you are comfortable, you lose your focus. When you are comfortable, you lose your mind. When you're comfortable, you lose, your concentration. When you're comfortable, you become vulnerable. When you're comfortable, you sort of like lay down every, fighting armor. You lay it down like that. You lay all your weapons down there because you are comfortable now. You're no more fighting. And then the devil says, I got you now. I got you where I wanted you. Now tell me your secret so that I can destroy you. And then you go right ahead and tell him. You just go right, you just jump in there. It's as if you were waiting for him to ask you that question. Oh, you mean my secret? Oh, it's right here. If you stop me from praying at 3 o'clock, then you've got me, man. You've got me, man. If you stop me from fasting, because every week I used to fast 2 days a week. So if you stop me from doing that, then you've got me. Oh, you've got me big time there. But if you stop me, from going to church every Wednesday and Fridays for youth services and Sundays to be punctual and to be there seriously. If you can stop me from doing that, then maybe you've killed me. You've really killed me. And then the devil said, oh wow, thank you very much. I wanted that. That's the reason why I got you to be comfortable, so that you can tell me these secrets. Be careful of the spirit of Delilah. The spirit that wants to be comfortable, so that you can dispose to the enemy all your secrets. Be careful of that spirit. Maybe, just maybe tonight, that's the spirit that got you. You are so comfortable. You are comfortable in your work with God. You are comfortable. You are just comfortable in everything. You're just enjoying, everything. You go to that church, you go and dance, dance to those choruses. Oh, we had a beautiful time in church. Oh, it was a wow. We had an awesome time. And then when you get home, you realize nothing was deposited in me spiritually. I had a great time. We were worshiping nicely, we were jiving nicely, we were doing all sorts. But nothing was deposited in me spiritually. And so you went there, but you came back empty. And you're so comfortable. We all love to be comfortable. We don't want anything that challenges us. No, sir, no, we don't. We don't want anything that is breaking us. No, we don't want that. We don't want any pain whatsoever. We want to be comfortable and relaxing. But that is danger right there. I'm just reminded of a scripture. Remember a prophet that was sent by God to go and prophesy. And then the Bible says, when he went there, then the Lord said to him, when you come back, don't come back the way you came. And don't eat anything, don't drink anything, don't go to any man's house. Those were the instructions. And you know what this man did? He went there, he did what the Lord told him to do. And then a false prophet, because this was in the old prophet, he lied to him and said, the angel of the Lord came to me. Now look at this contrast. This man, when he went to this place, the voice of the Lord spoke to him. Now when he's getting deceived, this false prophet says, an angel came to me. See, God said something, now the angel says something else. Yes, that's how the devil does. Because the Bible says he can camouflage and he'll be like an angel. and yet he's a deceiver. So now the Bible says when that man said to this guy, so apparently this guy, he agreed, he went in, he ate, he drank. When he was eating and drinking, now the voice that sent him there spoke for real now and said, tell him, because he disobeyed my voice. Now this and this will happen to him. And then this prophet who caused this man to do this, he stands up and say, you prophet who did not listen to the come on, who did not listen to the voice of the, how many times have you encountered such a a scenario in your walk with God? How many times when your fellow brothers and sisters caused you to sin and then come back and say, but you weren't supposed to do that? Oh, you know better. You're not supposed to do that. Don't take any advice. You know what? You know me. Some people hate me. Some are pastors, they hate me. Some are not pastors, they hate me. Some used to be in my church, they hate me. They hate my guts. You know what? I don't take any advice. I don't. You rather hate me. If I feel your advice is not gonna, it's not in line. It's not in line with my purpose. I don't take it. I'll do it. I'll do as Baba Giti said. Baba Giti used to say, I will nod like this as if I'm agreeing with you, and at the same time I'm not agreeing with you. That's what the old man used to say. So I took that strategy as well. I'll be like, wow, is it? Okay, I hear you. And then when I turn around, I'm not gonna take this. Why? Because be careful of the Jonadabs who comes as giving advice, and yet they know exactly what they want. Be very careful of that. Alright, yeah, Kubegama.
Eseza uyihlo ukubona uthi kuye ake kuze uThamara udadewethu angiphe ukudla akulungise ukudla emehlweni ami ukuba ngikubone ngikudle esandleni sakhe. There are some Christians out there, there are some brothers and sisters out there, there are some youth, young people out there in your youth there, in your branch, who will give you a strategy of how can you get into sin. They'll do that. They say, oh, you want that guy? And you'll be like, no, we don't do that. We don't join, we don't date. We are Christians, no, we don't. And then say, no, don't worry. I'll give you a beautiful strategy. No one will ever even notice. No one will ever even see. Be careful. Because that person is your dream destroyer. That person is your vision destroyer. Go on, ma.
Wayeselala phansi uAmnoni wazeshaya ogulayo. Isifikile inkosi ukumbona uAmnoni wathi enkosini, ake kuze uThamara udadewethu enze amaqebelengwane amabili phambi kwami ukuba ngidle esandleni sakhe. uDavide wayesethumela endlini kaThamara ngokuthi, hamba manje uye endlini kaAmnoni umnewenu umlungisele ukudla. Wayesehamba uThamara waya endlini kaAmnoni umnawabo. Wayelele phansi. Wathatha inhlama wayixova wenza amaqebelengwane phambi kwakhe. Wapheka amaqebelengwane. Wayesethatha ikhazi wawathulula phambi kwakhe kepha wala ukudla. uAmnoni wathi, khipha bonke abantu kimi. Baphuma bonke kuye. Wayesethu uAmnoni kuThamara, letha ukudla ekamelweni lami ukuba ngidle esandleni sakho. uThamara wawathatha amaqebelengwane awenzileyo wawangenisa ekamelweni kuAmnoni umnewabo. Lapho ewasondeza kuye ukuba awadle, wambamba wathi kuye, woza ulale nami dadewethu.
Now look at this man. He pretended as if he's sick. And then after pretending, because all the Amnons are good pretenders. You must be careful of them. They are good pretenders. They can even pretend as if they can feel the Holy Spirit. They can even pretend as if they are so powerful in God. They can even pretend that they are so mighty spiritually. Be careful of the Amnons. They've got a very conniving spirit, I'm telling you. It's a serpent spirit. They are good pretenders. You know how they do. When they see, when they're with the world, they blend with the world. When you come along as a child of God and you are straight and you are strict, they come and say, yeah, you know what, I love people like this. Yeah, you know what, you should be very strict and be serious for the things of the... That's how they are. They are called pretenders. Those are Amnons. That is an Amnon spirit. Why? Because it wants to destroy your beautiful life in God. She was a virgin. She was a virgin and she was proud of it. Well, maybe you say, why a virgin? Let's not talk about the virgin physically. I'm talking about the virgin spiritually. You know no sin. You know no unholiness. You know no unrighteousness. When you started your prayer, when you started your Christian walk, you wanted to be pure. You wanted to be holy. You wanted to be pleasing to the Lord. And then came the Amnon spirit. It introduced you to something that you were not familiar with all your Christian life. And after that, all hell broke loose. All hell broke loose. Today you can even hardly pray. Today you can even hardly fast. You used to fast. You used to pray. You used to read the word of God like nothing. You couldn't get enough of God. You used to give God your time, your best time. But when you got introduced to the Amnon spirit, all of that faded away. Why? They are destroyers of your dreams and your visions. You remember when you looked at yourself and you said, 5 years from now, I want to be a giant for the Lord. What happened to that? What happened to that zeal? What happened to that, focus? What happened to that? Amnon came, conniving. Amnon came with the spirit of a serpent. Amnon came, pretending that it's for you. And yet all along he was really against you. Let's move on. Let's move on. No. Let's move on because I feel. Let me read this in English. The Bible says then Amnon lay down. Okay, let's go to verse 8. So Tamar went to her brother Amnon's house, and he was lying down. Then she took flour and killed it and made cake in his sight and baked the cake. And she took the pan and placed them out before him. But he refused to eat. Amnon said, have everyone go out. You see how Amnon is? He says, have everyone go out. Because he wants you for himself. He wants you for himself. What does it mean? He wants you, he only wants your attention, no one else's. Because it's about destroying you, not destroying them, about destroying you. Because you are the one that is, the negative factor for him here in church. You are the one that is really challenging him spiritually. You are the one that is really making him feel uncomfortable when you testify, uncomfortable when you pray, uncomfortable when you worship. So he wants to destroy that because he wants you to be like him. That's the point. He wants you to be like him. To have a prayer life that is lifeless. To have a spiritual life that is lifeless, that has no meaning. That's what he wants. So you are a threat to him. We are disturbing him. So all he will do is, he will want you to his own, circle of friends. He will want you to his own corner right there. Because he wants to feed you what he wants, so that he can steal your virginity. That's what he wants to do. Have you encountered people like that in church? Have you encountered? I bet you have. Have they destroyed you? Or you were able to escape? If you haven't been able to escape, I want you to really look inside yourself today and make it as in say, you know what, today onwards, I'm not going to allow this to happen. Mama, you can just come in just about this.
Story sika Amnon, it's really sad because mongabe it's dilemma othola abantu abasha who are sometimes besifazane beyithola bekulona ebandleni, because when you buke istory sika Tamara no Amnon wamyenga kwakumfowabo, and ngithandile mongabe uthi ungabuki kude buka la endlini yenkosi, ungazuyitshela ukuthi isitha singaphandle,
yeah,
but bheka la in your circle of abantu bajwayele, because akakiyeki ukuthi udadewethu.
yes,
And even ne language ka Amnon mekhuluma nawe uzobekela ukuthi udadewethu,
yes,
ungumzazi sangabazalwane
sabandawonye,
ufuna ukuthi mengabe whatever azoyenza ube usekunamile vele.
yes, because uyandlalela kalama,
yes, uyandlalela kuze unganaki, because in your spirit now uzuthi uze ungaboni into errong ngoba engqondweni yakho uthi siyakholwa,
yeah,
because engqondweni yakho unokuthi hayi angeke senze lutho no sister so and so, angeke senze lutho no brother so and so,
yes,
because engqondweni yakho uyitshela ukuthi umuntu ozokona umuntu wezwe,
yes,
oqhamuka ngaphandle,
yes,
kanti no
ulola
yilo ongaphakathi,
yeah,
and amagama uzama ukuthi akuname to a point ukuthi you are so comfortable noma ngabe introducer ini kuwe, because usekunamile, you are awuzuthuka,
yeah, because it has numbed you so much.
yes. But it's important as umuntu, you know, to look at ama red flags, you know, ekukholeni kwakho ukuthi moya ingcwele, you know, whatever red flags owavezayo wayethi angikhipha abantu, wayethi ufuna ukudlela esandleni sami, you know, those ama red flags ekudinga sibe awakened spiritually. But umengabe ese when we lack in prayer,
Mhlambe mamntu ungena lapha, don't get too comfortable with anybody in church.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter whether it's a pastor or it's a deacon or it's an intercessor or it's a prophet. Don't get too comfortable with anybody in the church.
You know, it's so sad, because as usasho uthi even nabefundisi you find ukuthi abantu besifazana abathe bahlukumezeka ebandleni behlukunyezwa ingcebo, it's because they were so bayitshela ukuthi umuntu wendlu ubaba, yes, umuntu wendlu yami, so therefore akukho kubi angangenza kona. Even noma seqale sekukhulumela into ongayizwa usana ukuthi hayi uyakholwa, you know, usana lokuthi hayi umfowethu, and ufuthi uthola ukuthi ukukhulumela into ongayizwa afake phakathi ukukholwa,
Yes,
because uzama ukunaka lento
Yeah.
ayidilute ukuthi awu sister so awuncekukazi athi good mhlawumbe, I'm just making an example, ebusuku wo12 good night ncekukazi,
yeah, good night in the casa.
uyabona ukuthi then uyabona ukuthi isiliki lento ukuthi uthi wena usangahlala ekutheni hayi uthe ncekukazi kusho ukuthi ukukholwa kusaba
9% of good food, but 1% of that good food would, 1% of poison in that good food will still kill you. 1% will still kill you. You can have 99, but 1% will still kill you. And he was referring to the fact that a person can give you 99% truth of the gospel, but 1% poison that he throws in there will still kill you. So I'm agreeing with you the fact that they are very slick. They'll say something and then flip, just like that. It's like cars, you know, you know, but he knows very well what he's doing, because he wants to rob your innocence, because he is a dream and a vision destroyer. That's what we're talking about tonight. Visions and dream destroyers. Be careful of them.
And abakude, and futhi, you know, was a store share ncekukazi endlini yami, because uyathanda ukushare these days. In your mind uthi hayi naso xoxe indaba zenkosi, but the fact ukuthi ukubizela endlini yakhe ninodwa, that should raise an alarm bell. You know, it's as abazalwane, you know, in your innocence you protect your innocence at whatever cost. And
let me say this, let me say this. Asikhulumi la kakhulu ukuthi mhlambe asikhuluma ngokufebe bokulala no brother bolana no in fact sijule ngapi naleyo nto. Uyabona into yokulala ka brother no sister nje sidlulela ngapi labo bantu abasafuna ukulala belalwa, sidlulile mama usalala ulalwa sidlula ngempela kwena. Sikhuluma nabantwana bakaNkulunkulu manje who are really serious about ukukholwa kwabo. Uma Ngcobo ekhuluma ngento ukuthi ubizele eceleni athi woza. That is isolation spiritually. He's isolating you from abanye abantu who can be help to you. Abantu abazothi listen, watch out, why brother bani khuluma kanje nawe, why brother bani enza kanje, why sister bani. He is isolating or she's isolating because the Amnon spirit can be in a woman or in a man. It doesn't matter. It can be in a woman or in a man because it's an Amnon spirit that you're talking about, because these are spirits who are destroyers of your visions and your dreams and in your work with God. So be careful ngoba uyathanda ukuthi akususe phakathi kwabantu. Axoxe nawe eceleni, zonke izinto ixoxa nawe eceleni, akaxoxi nawe laphaya. No. Ngeke umuze makuthiwa sine WhatsApp group efaka i-comment yakho naye lapha. No, uzoyifaka aside eceleni because yonke into ufuna niyenze no two. That's why uma Ngcobo methi wambiza wathi ngene endlini, wathi mesenginile wathi hayi ngifuna ukudlela la, yini uyakusondeza. Ukusondeza kanjani? Mentally, ngengqondo. Uyakusondeza ngengqondo. Uyakusondeza yonke into ayenza Ngcobo tactics zokukusondeza. Ngithanda igama lisho Ngcobo wathi until you become number. Uzothi yonke into ayishoyo manje ayisazweli noma ngathini, akusazweli. Noma ngathi uyaphetha kodwa ukuthi kodwa isiyakholwa. Wow, sanaki. Yeah, awusanaki because you are so numb that anything that he says is not alarming you anymore. That is the devil right there. The devil will never give you straight sin to say, eat here. No. He first takes you out of fire, and then he makes sure that you are cool and calm. Then slowly by surely, until he sees that you are numb. Now he can introduce anything. That's how it does.
And the time ekhiphela ngaphandle ukubeka to a point where you can reason.
Oh wow.
Because you begin to reason.
Yeah,
yes,
I know that's it right there.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Uyaqala ukuthi kunani ukuzwana no brother.
Yes.
You start to reason into kade usakhola in your innocent stage usa-sensitive to khuluma kamoya engcwele kade ukwazi mina no brother eMpumalanga khona la.
You know, sorry mama, as she's saying this, as she's saying, the spirit in me says that's exactly what the devil did to Adam and Eve. He went and reasoned with her because it was him and Eve. They were reasoning with each other. He was like, no, come on, what's wrong? Come on, look at this thing. What's wrong with this? Even so-and-so can do it. Even so-and-so can do it. Even so-and-so is doing it, and it's very powerful spiritually. What's wrong with this? Come on, look at it. I love what you're saying because that's exactly the devil. He's so slick. He doesn't have anything new, but he always uses the same tactics, just that he uses very differently. It's the same tactics. It's the same devil, but he uses his tactics very differently. So what you're saying right now, Ngcobo, it really makes me to think, as he did that to Adam and Eve at that time.
Because now you begin
that's exactly what we say. Abantu abasha namhlanje ilento abayishoyo ngishona ngathi I'm fired up today. Abantu abasha namhlanje ilento abayishoyo most of the time. Exactly, ilento abayishoyo most of the time. Kubhalwephi? Kubhalwephi mfundisi ngaze nisivimbezele ngalo nje kubhalwephi. Remember, that's exactly what the devil said to Adam and Eve. Uthi ushilo yini? Ushilo yini? It's the same thing now nje uyibuza kubhalwephi? Ubhala ushilo uNkulunkulu into enisho ngikhombisa ivesi. You know what I said to abantu abasha, in fact to ibandla lakaMafunze one day, ngathi mina kubona iBhayibheli malithi data kukho konke okubonakala. Ngathi ubonakala lokho esekushoyo akubhaliwe kodwa kubonakala kuedwa lapho. Kanti kuedwa nje lapho nje. Mama mathi nje iBhayibheli data kokubonakala. Okusho noma kungabhalwa kahle kwaze kwashikela kwathiwa sithu ukuthi eda lapha ekutheni kubonakala. Because now uyazi ufakazi the time usakholwa kahle wena mzalwane wokulalela lapha ku Facebook, the time usakholwa kahle kukhona there were things that you knew very well. I don't do this and I don't leave it for discussion with anyone. I don't care whether you come from overseas, you have now seen the Lord, you've gone to heaven and come back. This I don't do. Because there's something you should understand, Bazalwan. The experience that I can have in my personal walk with God is not the same experience that you're going to have with your own personal experience with the Lord. I can go to heaven and come back and still be messed up. So the fact that I went to heaven does not qualify me to tell you that no, don't worry about this, it's permissible, just do it, don't. No, it doesn't. When the Holy Spirit came to you and said, you so and so, I don't want you to do 1, 2, 3. Even if that person went and fasted for 40 days and nights, in the mountains and came back with a big revelation, what the Holy Spirit spoke to you, He hasn't come back to tell you now it's permissible. Now why are you listening to other people? To stop doing that. Because there's a tailored, and oh, that's English. There's a tailored. There's a tailored, there's a tailored walk with God that was tailored, it was just made just for you. No one else. So don't come down trying to alter it now so that it can suit the other people. Don't do that. Okay, we were talking about dreams destroyers. Okay, Ngcobo, I'm going to give you the last 30 minutes because I'm going to give you the what you want. You want more than that?
No, I don't want more. You can carry on.
No. I know that the listeners out there, they would love to hear what you have to say. I know they love you so much. Okay, let's look at another dream and vision destroyer. Let's look at Delilah.
Because we're laying the foundation today. It's because we're laying the foundation.
Yeah, because we're laying the foundation, because we're going to be with you guys the whole week, the whole weekend and the whole week too. So we're just laying the foundations tonight. That's why I said to you, open your heart so that you can receive and then you begin to understand as we move forward, what are we moving forward with. Now, the second destroyer, because I want you to write this down, the second dream and vision destroyer, the Delilah spirit. The Delilah spirit. The spirit of comfort. Oh, that's a big, that is a big dream and vision destroyer right there. The spirit, the Delilah spirit. The spirit of comfort. The spirit of comfort must never ever be comfortable in your walk with God. Never. Well, as soon as you feel comfortable, the enemy has come in. The enemy has came in and you didn't see him coming and you didn't notice when he came. I'm going to say that again. When you feel comfortable, that's when the enemy has come and you did not see him coming and you did not hear him coming in. Because it's very slick. He doesn't just come and barge in there. No, he's very slick. He's very slick. So the spirit of Delilah is a spirit of comfort. We love to be comfortable. That's the reason why some of us, when you start feeling uncomfortable in a church, you want to leave that church, you want to join another church, because now all of a sudden you don't feel comfortable there in that church. You know why? The Lord is shaking your boat. Because He doesn't want you to be comfortable. That's why the Lord made those people to scandal about your name. That's why the Lord made those people to talk about you. Because He doesn't want you to be comfortable. Because you were getting too comfortable. Some of us are so comfortable in such a way that we don't even know whether we're coming in or going. We are so comfortable spiritually. That's the spirit of Delilah. The spirit of comfort. Because the Bible says he took a Samson and then he placed him right, you know that place. And so Samson was so comfortable. He was so comfortable. So check out. You must be very careful of that spirit. Let's go to that verse quickly. Judges chapter 16. Judges chapter 16. To check out the spirit of Delilah. The comfort spirit. Spirit that causes you to be very comfortable. Judges chapter 16 right there. Okay, I was going to start from verse 1, but now because of time, I'm going to start it from verse 6.